Hey, did you guys know that the PlayStation 4 Pro cannot do 4K? Yeah, it's kind of a bit strange when somebody here that has already experienced it running in 4K on a 4K TV display. Yeah, it's kind of strange, ain't it? So, Sony released a upgraded version of the PlayStation 4 back on November 10th of 2016, which of course is the PlayStation 4 Pro, and Sony themselves had confirmed that this system was a 4K beast of a machine, capable and all this good stuff, and they were actually telling the truth. Well, let's just say I had a guy at my local GameStop store who tries to tell everybody that the system is not a 4K system. It does not do 4K and this and that. When I actually have a 55-inch LG HDR smart TV and I have a PS4 plugged up on it right now and I'm actually playing on it, and it tells me that I get 4K, and I don't know what the heck he's on, but for some odd reason, he's actually on like steroids or something. Like, like I've had a 4K television since 2017, right before I bought a PS4 Pro. And as soon as I bought the PS4 Pro, I seen a humongous difference on the resolution side of things. Now, what I want to understand is, dude, if it does not do 4K, then why in the world does it tell me that it's a 4K gaming machine? Why has Sony said that it's a 4K gaming machine? And then why do I plug it in on my PS4, or not PS4, um, why do I plug it in on my LG 55-inch 4K TV display and the resolution that comes up on it is 2160p? I honestly did not know that the system was not able to do 4K, but yet it does 4K. I didn't know it just did 4K for nothing. So I don't know what the heck this guy's problem is, but he is actually wrong. The PlayStation 4 Pro is very, very powerful and capable of running games in 4K, even if you're just upscaling them. Now, I will admit that the system is not as powerful as the Xbox One X, but the system is still very, very capable of doing 4K. There are some games that can run native 4K, and he tries to tell me that not all games, or not games, can run at native 4K on the Pro. Actually, there actually is. There might just be a various few, but there actually are some games that could run native 4K. Skyrim Special Edition is one of them. You, of course, got Assassin's Creed the Ezio Collection. You've also got Rise of the Tomb Raider. And then you've also got Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which doesn't run at native 4K, but it's very, very close. It runs at like 18 something 100p, which is almost a 2160p. And then you, of course, got Assassin's Creed Odyssey, which runs at a full checkerboard rendering 4K, but it still comes up as 2160p. So actually, the PS4 Pro is a 4K gaming machine, just like Sony has said. All of those games can run at native 4K on the Pro. Now, some other games like Crash that you're seeing on the screen, Red Dead Redemption 2, and then, of course, some other games like the Call of Duty franchises may only run at like 1440p, but you're still getting an upscale 4K resolution while that resolution is playing at 1440p. So, yeah, the PlayStation 4 Pro is a 4K beast of a machine. And the only reason that this guy is honestly saying this is because, one, he doesn't have a 4K TV, and two, he's only got the original based Xbox One. That's how he's telling us that the system can't do 4K when it actually is a 4K machine, whether if you're just playing an old school game like, say for existing GTA 5, which is still only a 1080p game that is not enhanced for the upgraded powerful consoles, it still shows up as upscale 4K resolution. So if that comes up, no matter what, even if you're on the dashboard, then yes, the PS4 Pro is a 4K gaming machine. Now, the very first 4K system, and this doesn't even do 4K like the PS4 Pro and the One X can, it only does upscale for every single game, is of course the Xbox One S. Now, the One S came out 2 to 3 months before the PS4 Pro's initially launch date, and it is only capable of doing upscales because it's still the same thing as the base Xbox One, just with a better CPU a little bit to make the games perform a little better. Now, another reason, speaking of that, another reason why Sony released a PS4 Pro is also for the frame rate. So, the frame rate is very smooth and all this good stuff, and games like, GTA 5 that only can run at 30 frames per second, when that game initially launched back on the Xbox 360 and the PS3, the frame rate will go way down to like 20 something, like 21 or 22 frames per second because you're playing on a, least powerful hardware. And then a year later, the game got released for the PS4 and the Xbox One, and the frame rate still does not hold up to stay in a stable 30 frames per second. It only can do like, it goes down to like 25 frames per second, but it's not going as low. But with the PS4 Pro, the game will actually stay at a lock 30 frames per second. It does not go down. So Sony really, really nailed it with this, with also the frame rate on some older classic titles that came out on the early PS4 days. So, yeah, the PlayStation 4 Pro is actually a very, very powerful console, and it can do 4K. It does do 4K. Sony wouldn't have said that it didn't do 4K if it didn't in the first place. Sony themselves said before the console launch that it is a 4K gaming machine and it's a 4K upgrade compared to the original model. So, yeah, and Sony even marked it on the box that you buy it. Now, if it was not 4K also, it wouldn't say 4K entertainment on the box itself that you buy the system in. So, yeah, I don't know what this guy's on, but this guy is somehow on crack because, for one, the PS4 Pro can do 4K. And I'm sorry, dude, but, you really are on crack or something because, for one, if it didn't do 4K, like I said, then why did Sony announce that the system was a 4K upgrade from the base model PS4, and why did they put it on the box saying 4K entertainment? And why does it come up on my 4K TV 2160p? That's what I don't get. So, yeah, this guy is somehow on steroids. I don't know why, but he just is. But yeah, guys, if I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys honestly could, please smack a like if you enjoyed the video. If you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button and all that good stuff, and then send me down in the comment section down below if you've had people that tried telling you that the PS4 Pro can't do 4K, but you have a 4K TV and the system itself, and you notice that it does because it comes up with 2160p and all that good stuff. So just send me down in the comment section down below, those of you PS4 Pro and 4K monitor or TV owners, and let me know if people have tried to tell you that the system doesn't do 4K where you're at and all that good stuff. So rate, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys on the next video.